Hi, my name is Angel Natalia Diaz Heredia. I am talking about uh, the located Suba, the history of the community muisca. Uh, in this season of the tour Suba, a historically interesting touch on the subject as a first step would urge if I say that this place reserve may be laid the most valuable treasures of one of the most ancient communities in the world. Now imagine that we are in the era of 1,800,000 of what existed when the unique mountains were in this place, huts and some small towns which had no train, had no subway. There was no television, no more less planes. A peaceful, literally times where many of us would have wanted to live, full of tranquility, fresh air, and nature everywhere we went. I refer to that time especially because there is a community whose story and experience capture the attention of every person who visits this place. So hard to believe, see, is a community that's remained from before we were born and remains in force with its ideas of his legacies and lessons to today. Many Many of person that in Suba there is an ethnic community from many years have been to evolve and expand like which character and Bogota is admirable and that in addition to that such alleged metropolis still endure traditions, personalities and memories of one of the most ancient communities in the world. For locals and tourists, it may be strange that in this town, such a large urban area full of nightclubs, shopping centers, and internet coffees, be sure a community that has spent his entire experience and park of hours making tribute to country and beautiful mode. Grandparents also say that this community deserves and needs it never had even a turf had also seen insists project green zones and raise more than we nature that surrounds us is why it's so valuable legacy community because teach us to live and die for what gives us life as it is the environment. But in this story, there is no happiness. For every story, there pitifully and man bad. Villain in the story is a man who never truly appreciates his great community. His name is Pedro Gomez. Bullier on many of Bogota shopping centers. He's a man of like many who think the metropolis is more important than history and culture. A man who has forced a literal blankets embodied that his community or handwoman and much lead carved in gold find a leaf each day, defender paragraph, um, our territory and the value of their culture. Today, today its community clothing usual modern attire as she passed through the street of town. Suba inhabitants with indigenous lineage that still houses the town. Same locality great on day a long time ago was indigenous reserve and that over time because and consul 8,000 characters how defends their territory held, bearing in mind a fundamental principle of all ancestral community and which is the metropolis or civilization. In never legalis, disintegrate the value of culture and its. The story style described as heart of community subtime can work in this indigenous muisca, work and currently muisca Indian consul defending its territory and even making possible so to do legalistic endure to the end times. Each place has its story and the story each has its legacy. Is why shield of and it's in the indigenous heritage of the city which story being must be valued and what cultures protect. Thanks.